Awesome. Well, welcome everybody to our last week of Facebook Bootcamp. I'm going to be running this Facebook group again starting next week for people. So if you know anyone who might want to enroll in this class, you get a nice little referral thank you check from me. So let me know. Today I'm really going to spend some time quite literally just reviewing, and then I really want to open it up to questions because I've had 3 weeks now to integrate this information. A lot of you have done your first Facebook Lives and you're getting the hang of it, and I would love to open that up for some group questioning, and we can just look at Lee's alcohol bottles behind her. It's hysterical. Okay. All right. So let me go over and share my screen. If you all want to mute yourselves while I do this, that would be great just for the recording purposes. Pull it up. And again, if you want to interrupt or ask a question while I'm talking, please do. But I literally only have 10 slides. I want to really review things, and there's a couple new points we're making, but hopefully this will drive home everything we've learned in this course. Okay, so remember when we started, we were talking about what's your personal brand, and I want you to really, I'm going to mute. Dr. Karen, can you mute yourself, please?
Yep.
Thank you. Look at her like a pro. So good. She's like, yep, right there. I love it. You really want to stay in your lane of content and your expertise, because people are going to get really confused if you don't. Okay, so remember to think about, what do you care about the most? What words best describe you? What would people say they know you for? What are your character traits that you're known for? What inspires you? And really stay in that lane. Of course, we can be multi-passionate in our lives, but for the purpose of Facebook, keep that brand inclusive. Like I always like to say, we know what Tony Robbins is all about, and he probably does a lot of things, right? He has many businesses, many streams of income. We don't hear about them all. It's very clear we know who he is. Same with Richard Branson, right? Well, he's just all over the place, but you see what I'm saying. Okay. I really want you to remember to share your brilliance. And remember that everything you know, sometimes we take that for granted. We think, doesn't everyone know this? It's because we're swimming in this water, right? We're swimming in the water. We can't even see that we're swimming in the water. A fish doesn't know the water they're in, okay? Sometimes that's the case for you. Doesn't everyone know how to put together an outfit? Doesn't everyone know how to network? No, they don't. Teach what you know and what you're an expert in. Remember the golden rule is teach, don't sell. The way that you're teaching with attraction marketing, you're selling. I actually just enrolled another client this morning who found me on Facebook. I mean, I can't even believe it. 4 people this week. Okay, if you start selling all the time, you're going to lose your audience, right? We know if we expect that, if we know that that person's always selling, we just don't even want to follow them anymore. Okay, I want you to think of yourself as a curator. And what I mean by that is always kind of have your ears open and your mind open, going on the search, on the lookout. I wonder if that could be a topic I could post about, because now you kind of hear and see through those lenses and that ear for it, right? And what I mean by a curator is think of yourself as gathering interesting stories. What just happened to me today? Could I make that about my brand? And then how could I make that about my brand? So there will be a never-ending supply of content for you. And when you become known for that, people can't wait to hear about it the next time. So Nicole will start, for example, she's going to start doing these Facebook Lives. We're going to know what to expect from her, and we're not going to wait. We're just be like, I'm so excited to see the next room she makes over, the next tip she can give me of how to make my space look amazing. She's going to be known for that. And then we as the audience are going to start expecting that. We're going to get excited when Dr. Karen comes on, because we know we're going to get another amazing story that's going to blow our minds about what happened, and then how we're going to integrate that into our life, because she's always has this nugget at the end of how this pertains to our life. We're going to be known for that, okay? And huge thing, a lot of you are new to this, maybe not new to Facebook Live. I mean, to your business, you're new to Facebook Live. Even if you're new to your business, show that. Show yourself growing. People love that. It makes you super relatable. Share stories of your growth in the last year. You know, Lee's got lots of those stories. She just told me this weekend, this great testimony she got. You know, you can start to create a Facebook Live about, wow, Lee went and talked to some college students this weekend about networking. Can you imagine if you learned these skills when you were 18? Like, no one taught me how to network, right? We're learning this now as grown women. And take us on a journey of what you shared. If you're out teaching, turn that into a Facebook Live. Like, maximize your content. So if I write a blog, I'm going to go and do a Facebook Live about it, etc. Like, we want to repurpose everything we're doing. Then you don't have to create content multiple times. And then be vulnerable. It makes you relatable. There's a fine line. I just want to talk about this line of vulnerability, because we want to marry, we don't want to cross the line of being negative or showing the underbelly of our business or ourself too much or at the expense of ourselves. So I see people sometimes go on Facebook Live and they're like oversharing some of the struggles that they're having. And it's a fine line of being real. And maybe you need to share that content with your inner circle, your so-called board of directors in life, your spouse. Because remember, as a business owner, if I see you struggle all the time, there's some pros and there's some negatives to that. So I hope that makes sense, gives you something to think about. You probably won't even have to worry about that. But be wary of that. Be weary of that. I don't mean vulnerability at the expense of yourself, if that makes sense. And so being vulnerable doesn't mean sharing every single thought and every single struggle and every single fear. Being vulnerable means showing up as your real self. That's all that means by Brene Brown's definition. So, okay, we've talked about the importance of a compelling title for your Facebook Lives. We say people don't judge a book by its cover, but people are going to judge whether they're going to watch by your title. So come up with a catchy title. Okay, these are lots of different ideas. You can refer back to them with the slides, but make it catchy. Tell me why I should watch you. Draw me in. Lisa could title her next capsule, 6 pieces turned into 15 outfits, 25 outfits, 25 different looks. How to make 25 different outfits from 6 pieces of clothing. Say what, right? Clothing magic, right? The secrets to, all these little hooks can be great titles. 5 steps to take when. And then we know interviews are super effective. Interviews kind of tend to help people lighten up, if nothing else. They take the focus off yourself, right? So you could have one day of the week where you're interviewing someone. Or however many days. I mean, it's not just to make it easy on yourself. If you're struggling with coming up with ideas, like who could I interview? So this is how I think. Say my brand is greatness, which it is. Then I could do an interview with someone on, I see you're showing up and stepping into your greatness. Or what do you think is greatness in terms of health and wellness? Maybe you're a health and wellness coach. So I could interview someone. Again, it's going to be around the brand of greatness or around your brand of creating, being a female entrepreneur. You could run with that, right? Okay. We're always building our likability factor, our know, like, and trust factor. And one of the things that's really, you're going to take things up a notch is I want you to think of looking into the camera. So not looking at yourself. It's very easy to look at yourself. I was just doing it right now, right? Act as if you're speaking to one person, one that helps with anxiety, but it also is going to get your message clear. So, oh my gosh, I have to tell you this story. I'm almost kind of imagining, it kind of feels like it's just you and me sitting down, right? So instead of I'm presenting into, potentially millions of people here on the Facebook world, I'm talking to one person. We talked a lot about upgrading your profile and your branding. So if you want me to take a look at your Facebook profiles, I'm happy to do that, do a little audit of it, so to speak, right? We want to make sure your intro is really awesome, that intro statement of who you are and what you're about, and your profile picture, happy to do that. You can pop those in the group if you want and ask for feedback. Think about providing something special. Again, some of the things, when we do them every day, we think, well, that's not special, but to other people, it's really special. And this will help us not feel like selling. So I want to tell you 3 golden nuggets. That's something special, right? I want to teach you. I want to share this nugget with you. I want to share this aha with you. It's almost like I'm giving you a gift. You're going to be excited to hear about it. Lead yourself first. This may seem like, why are we talking about this? But personal development, growing yourself daily, is going to show up in your business, of course, and it's going to show up in everything you do. But when you're doing that, you also can create some Facebook Lives and posts about it as well, right? But all that personal development is going to grow you, because there's a saying, your business will never outgrow you. It's the law of the lid. So your business will only be as great as your mindset is, as great as your ability to receive is, as great as your ability to think you're worthy of this is, as great of a servant leader that you are. Those are all personal development skills that, good news, no one's born with them. They can be learned and practiced and strengthened. Okay, be ridiculously consistent. And what I mean by this is not only frequency, but with your content. Again, that's going to build your brand awareness, your top of mind expert status. Be ridiculously consistent about the content you're providing, and then be 100% you. And that kind of goes without saying, but there's no way to get that piece wrong. So be you. So the good news is you don't have to be this caricature of you. You don't have to be, right? You don't have to be this circus act of you. You bring a little bit of energy, but be you. And I was on a call, and I have a network marketing team that I'm training. And they were like, Dr. Erin, we just love that you're just you, and you just use these words that doctors normally wouldn't use, like OMG and stuff like that. And you know what? I don't know how to be anyone but me. And if I tried, it's just not going to go well. And I tried for many years in network marketing actually to not use my own verbiage and learn verbiage. And what I know is when you're genuinely you, your business will grow. Because I've experienced it, I know that's how people work, and it's really attractive. So we just need you to be you. Okay, this is the reason why we're doing all these posts is we want to grow our influence. We want to grow our audience. And so remember that if you want something, you got to ask for it. The number one reason people don't join your business or enroll in your services or buy your book is because you haven't asked for it. The number one reason they do is you have. So imagine if I want 6 new referrals this month, the number one way I can get that is to ask for it. The number one way I can not get it is to not tell anyone about it. So we don't take for granted, like ask people to share your video. If you love the content of this video, share it. Ask questions so they can interact. Reward that behavior that you're wanting to see. So thank you so much for sharing that. Every time someone shares my stuff, you better believe I go and thank them, because that, my friends, is the most amazing compliment you could ever get as a business owner, and you know that. And so it's precious. It's precious to me. And show up and deliver, so you never know who's watching. So we talked about when your profile is public, people that aren't even your friends can see you. So just keep presenting. So you never know what kind of momentum is being created underneath the surface, so to speak. My client just was at a funeral, and she said she was inundated with people that said, oh my gosh, I've been loving your Facebook Lives. And she didn't have a clue they were watching her. Keep going until you know that they're watching. It will become evident. Okay? Ninja tip to get more likes, comments, and shares. I think you already have a sense of kind of how I spend time on Facebook, but I spend very purposeful, intentional time, right? Commenting on other people's stuff, going into Messenger. This helps people know you're real. This helps you make friends. This is how you're going to network virtually. And then you'll be seen as someone that's taking a genuine interest in them, not just someone with commission breath, right? And when you comment, be you and be genuine. And the whole end result is we want to convert like crazy. So you want to reach out to people who comment on your posts. None of us are too big yet where you could not comment on every single person's post, comment on every single one of your posts. I haven't got to that point yet. And yeah, it takes time. But like I said, I find a lot of clients through Facebook. So if that's your goal, be purposeful. Go spend 15 minutes commenting on other stuff or messaging. Spend 5 minutes going back to your posts. And so not all day, every time you get a post. You could do this once every day. You could go in your post, make sure you comment on everyone's comments. And remember now, we want to be asking questions on those comments to keep the engagement going. We want to provide a call to action as much as we possibly can. Even if we're posting, you can end with a question, right? So, and remember, every video you make can be someone's first time ever seeing you. So even though we might think, oh my gosh, this is so redundant, here I'm saying this tagline again, I'm Dr. Erin, your mindset and high performance coach. Like, some people have never met me before, or you. Remind them at the end, again, this is Dr. Erin, blah, 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 right? And we've of course, really solidified the point that this is where you build relationships first. And the beautiful thing about running a business like that is the business takes care of itself. It just does, because you are adding so much value to people, and you are loving people, and you are being a genuine friend. And that's just what happens. So what to do when you don't feel like doing it? Wah, wah, do it anyways. Just push through. Just do it. Act your way to different thinking. Remember, we've got to act our way to different thinking. It's not super hard for me anymore to do these because I get clients a lot. That's fun, right? So that's what's going to happen for you. And the days that you don't want to do it anyways. I've told you there's many days that I'm like, it's 6 p.m. and I haven't showered and I have to do my Facebook Live. Like, strengthen that discipline muscle, because lean into the faith that this is going to work for you, because it's working. This is the system that works for people. So just trust, borrow my belief until you get your own. Okay? You can borrow my belief till you get your own, and you got to give it back so I can give it to someone else. And then there's little tricks. I think I shared this, and I'll share it again in the group later today. But, you want your videos to look nice. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to have an amazing background or anything, but we want to be able to see your face. People want to do business with people that look a little together, right? It's just the way it is. It's just the way humans are. So you can have a little tripod. You can have a mic. I've never had a mic, but if your sound is bad, look into that. You can get them really affordable. Lights, they're $20. The window that, the window's right here, and I'm in back of the window. So I never want to do a Facebook Live like that where the window's in back of me, but I want to get the light from the window. And then, so funny, good posture and sit upright. Sometimes Garth gets on our couch and he's like down like this. I'm like, sit up, and he just looks so much better. And so just these little things help. Whoops. Okay, that was the last one. Okay, so let's open it up for discussion. How can I be of service? I would love to hear what's working, what you have questions about. and
I'll
realize
start.
everyone's going to learn from everyone's questions. Thanks, Lisa.
Yeah, it's so funny that you said interview somebody, because Gary and I were talking this last weekend. He's my biggest cheerleader, I have to say. He's the one who just says, well, just say this and just say that. I'm going, well, you can say that and Eric can say that, but doesn't flow out of my mouth, right? But I said, how about if I interviewed you? How about if we have a Q&A time and I ask you 5 questions and you ask me 5 questions? And it'll be all relating back to my business. And just let him share.
Oh my God, brilliant. I always tell Garth, like, you got to sing my praises. I'm not going to sing my praises.
Yeah.
I can a little better than you can, Lisa, but I don't want to. And it's much more powerful if someone else does. That's
Right.
brilliant. We do that. I love that, Lisa. Thank you.
And I think we're going to do it. We're going to be in Arizona for 2 weeks after we'll leave Sunday. And I think we're going to do it right from like the little patio of where we're staying, you know, showing how we can travel together and do fun things together. And I just want to interview him.
Be prepared for him doing lots more Facebook Lives with you, because people love when the husbands come on. There's something magical about it. It shows a side of you that we don't see, and it'll show, like, it's just going to be awesome.
Cool.
Dr. Karen, you could do the same thing with Clifton. I mean, you guys have been a dynamic duo your whole life.
That will be the next one that I'll do, because Clifton looks good on screen.
Yeah, great.
But I still have that problem with the time and speed on my Wi-Fi that I told you about. So I'll have to find a place to do it.
Wi-Fi in Carson City. Literally, her speech was behind like an old movie, right? Does anyone know anything about how to get higher speed or what to do? Do you know what to do, Dr. Karen?
Well, I know that I tested the speed and it came in at 30, which I've been told doesn't work. You have to have over 60 Mbps or something. So I haven't yet figured out to go to whoever my provider is, because I may need a new router and all sorts of other things that are electronically challenging to me.
We bought a new router.
Oh,
it
did
made
you?
a huge difference. Yeah. It made a really big difference, because all of my, well, I'm not super into the whole live video thing yet, but all of our live videos that we were watching were all freezing up. So we upgraded our router and it made a massive difference. But I'm not super tech savvy, so I just went to Best Buy and find the tech savvy geek and ask them what's up.
Yeah, I'll have to do that, because my husband is not into that stuff either. So
Yeah.
And Dr. Karen,
you don't have to.
Dr. Karen, this is Susan.
Yeah.
Yes, Susan.
Hi, Dr. Yes, you know, you and Clifton could always come by on a Wednesday after your Million Cups and do it in front of the fireplace at Inspire Reno.
Yeah, I was also thinking about doing it elsewhere that has a high Wi-Fi, which would make it maybe more personal, and that would also enable me time to figure out what I want to do with routers and things like that. But thank you. That's a good idea. I was thinking of also the Innovation Center, because we go to that Million Cups thing many times.
Absolutely.
Dr. Karen, have you tried also not using Wi-Fi at all? Just doing it off your phone with no Wi-Fi? Because you don't have to be connected to Wi-Fi to do your Facebook Lives. And that might be faster than your home Wi-Fi. Have you tried that?
Yeah, that's actually something I should try as well, because
turn it off.
Okay. So I just do it on the iPhone and then upload it, right?
You don't have to upload it. It does it live right on your phone.
Yep. So when you go to post, you'll choose Facebook Live. I'll show you that. I'll take a screenshot of it.
But, you know, I did it on my phone. But
you did?
I did it on the phone. You know, I didn't do it on my computer. I did it on the phone.
Oh.
But if you're home, it's going to automatically connect to your Wi-Fi. And
right.
You swipe up and turn it off. Turn off.
Okay. Like turning it off on the airplane.
Yes.
But don't do airplane, because if you do airplane, it won't transmit.
Okay.
Turn off
that's very good to know. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh.
Because you can do it when you're out and about. I see people do it all the time where they don't have Wi-Fi, and it seems to work really well. And I had one other idea, like Lisa, one of the things that I'm going to do is interview past clients. And so for you, just like going into their closet and, they can start pulling out some of the things that they've already got from you. And testimonials are so popular. And so that's part of what I'm going to be doing, is going to some of my previous clients' house and just talking about like what their challenge was and how we fixed it.
Whoa.
Great idea. Great idea. Thank you.
Because then they're going to speak up for you and they're going to be like, she's awesome. You need to use her. And you're not even going to have to say that.
Cool. Thank you.
Wow. Lee, did you catch that? We were talking about using testimonial, like start to write down when people give you testimonials, everybody. Make a Word document and then ask people in the moment, can I quote you on that? If they're saying it to you in person. Like testimonials are gold, because then you tell the story through them and it's more powerful than I think this and I was able to create this. It was, oh my gosh, let me tell you about my client. And she said, Dr. Aaron, oh my gosh, you helped me so much, So you all can use that. That's so great, Nicole. Thank you.
Can you imagine if you went to someone's Facebook page or their website and they had 6, 7 testimonials, like video testimonials?
That's all the coaching industry does, is get testimonials. So I wish I would have thought of that, but that's why you make me better. I love it. I love it.
Did anybody see my live today?
I did.
Yay!
It was really fun. I love your personality.
Yay!
You did a fabulous job.
Oh yeah, I was super it just wasn't, my head hurt and I didn't know exactly what I was going to talk about, and I was trying to download some of that cool software to make the visual, the lighting look better. None of that worked. And I was like, I said 11 o'clock. It's going at 11 o'clock. I literally remembered this morning when I was in the shower that I had committed to you guys to do it this week. And I was like, oh, son of a.
Yep. Can't get on without doing it. Awesome.
So thank you. Thanks.
I haven't watched it. I watched 1 minute and then I realized I had to go. Trudy, was it stopping and starting on your end? Was it grainy or anything? Okay.
It got like a touch grainy once, but it came through very well.
It wasn't.
It was good.
Okay, must be my Wi-Fi. It's like, good Lord. Okay.
When I watched it again on ours, Dr. Aaron, it was like that. So thanks for saying that, because I was afraid that it went out that way, but I think it's just on the watching it part.
Okay, great.
There was like a second or two of it. It wasn't really an issue to me at all.
Oh, good.
I just kept asking him to share it with our friends. Like, just let's, what are your friends' challenges? And, or what are they doing great? And I told them if they posted pictures that I would 100% respond to what they had posted and we would take it on. And so hopefully, I couldn't believe how many people got on, because I've done Facebook Lives in the past where there was like my daughter and one other person. Like, hey, both of us. And so people kept popping on later and later and later. So I wanted to keep it between like 5 and 7 minutes. I have no idea how long it actually turned out to be.
It was 7 something, so it was perfect.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for, but I can see the benefit in making it like 10, 12.
Oh.
Really popping on at like 4 minutes, 5 minutes, all of a sudden people were popping.
Yes, that's why it's the 10 to 12. Yep.
I forgot about that.
Oh, no, that's perfect. 7's perfect too. It's fine. Bravo.
Yeah, it was really exciting.
Amazing.
And I immediately had likes to my business page. New likes.
Oh, good Lord.
Page, even though I did it off my personal.
So, and you can always say, like, I'll drop the link below to my business page if you want to learn more tips. That's where I share them most often.
Okay, good.
That's where I hang out. If you want my free gift, if you have like a free email thing for people to get on. So.
Oh, yay. Okay.
Yep. I try to always say, drop the words free gift if you'd like my free gift, and then they get on my email list.
Oh, good.
So I had a client, a potential client today say she wanted to hire me, but she was trying to find the money. And I said, another thing you could do this year is just really get on Facebook. It's free. Mm-hmm. And it, I think I realized that, but you have such a potential here sitting in your fingertips if you did this regularly 5 to 7 times a week. Like, I haven't spent $1 on Facebook ads. And not really any on marketing. I've paid for a sales and marketing coach that helps me, but it's really a gold mine that you're sitting on. If you want to build your business at a low cost, this is a great way.
Mm-hmm.
It's $0.
I have a Facebook group, and actually I think I'm going to sit down and write out some content tonight. It's a Facebook group about positivity. It's a weird story about how I managed to be there. Anyway, that's easy for me. That feels really super easy for me to do a live in there. That's easy. I get up every morning and read something positive. That's very easy for me. But like my personal page, I don't understand. I think I'm struggling with connecting the link between my personal life and selling, because, network marketing, like we kind of have hints of our lifestyle. We kind of have clues that we're doing a business. And I understand that, but to get on the Facebook and directly sell, it doesn't feel like my brand.
Good. I don't want you directly selling ever.
Yeah, that's sort of where I'm struggling with content.
So we need to back it up to how you introduce yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We need to think, and you and I can chat about this, but we need to talk about what it is you introduce yourself as, and then you sharing all these positive nuggets sounds like a mindset issue that you're not going. It's a selling mindset issue, because I want you doing those exact posts on your personal page, and the only thing you'd ever have to add would be, "This is Trudy. I'm a passionate entrepreneur, obsessed with wellness. And let me tell you," like that's all you have to do. Or I was reading this because my business, our organization we're in a book club together. Like that's all you have to do. So Nicole says, remind us what you do.
I have a network marketing company. I'm in a network marketing company called Limu. And I am a car qualifier in this network marketing company.
And no one knows that you're in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a mindset issue around being pushy, and I think, and you won't be.
Okay.
And I want you to remember, you have a gift that you're sitting on. It's like diamonds in your mouth. And maybe you tell, but the logistics of just how you do that, Trudy, is you just bookmark it and then share. Imagine you're just sharing in your group. Imagine you're sharing in your positive group, right? But you book it with, "This is Trudy, I'm a blah, blah, blah," or, "I help people, blah, blah, blah." Or you start saying, "Oh my God, I was picking out my car that I'm earning really soon." Those nonchalant, embedded cues, so to speak. Gary's doing this.
I would use those in conversation. I do exactly that when I speak to people.
Okay. So now you know that you know what to do. It's just a different audience, different way of sharing it. That's so awesome, because that means you have the skill set. So now you can generalize it over to Facebook.
Okay, because I don't want to get on my Facebook page and be spammy. I mean, I made those mistakes 7 years ago. I'm done with that.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, and Nicole, I didn't understand your question.
Okay, sorry. So my question is, you told us the name of the company, but I still don't know what you do.
It's a health and wellness network marketing company.
Okay.
I mean, well, if you want to ask me what I do, I want to help people. Well, I help people live the life they want to live, whatever that means to them.
Okay.
I'm not a 9-to-5 person. I've never been a 9-to-5 person. I don't think anybody should have to be.
Right. Amen.
That's what entrepreneurship is. That's the basis. That's the heart of it.
Right. So
you could say, go ahead, Nicole. Sorry, go ahead.
In being a health and wellness educator, what do you want to tell people?
I would rather be, okay, how do I put this correctly? The product part of it, my business makes more money in the entrepreneurial part of it.
Got it.
But I want people to live a healthy life.
Okay.
So I would rather focus on living whatever life that is. For me, that's being outdoors and, going snowboarding for 2 hours in the morning and running back and having time for phone calls and business and, checking in for the rest of the evening.
Yeah. those are your Facebook Live topics.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Thank
just thought of wording that you might like. I help people close the gap from where they are to where they want to be.
Like that.
Yeah. And
My
do you-
passion is helping people be passionate about their life.
Mhm.
And what I want to tell you about today is why, eating well can help you live the life of your dreams. So 3 things, and you just start educating us like you do all the time, probably off of Facebook.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I think for you, it's just that intro and the ending. Because you're right, they're gonna say like, well, how do I get what you just said? And oh my gosh, and then your number one business builders will come from your customers, and you're most excited about you feel most comfortable talking about the products. That's fine, because then that's your funnel to get them to sift through to see who wants to grow an income. But you also can be doing Facebook Lives about the business opportunity, not of Limu, but of being an entrepreneur and what it's like to make money online, or what it's like to not have to go to a 9-to-5. Like, I want you that's your brand as well. So your brand is outdoors, it's entrepreneurship, and it's this health and wellness stuff, right? So
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
So we can create, send me ideas. We can create content around what gets you fired up about being an entrepreneur. Practice telling stories, Gary says. Yes. Love. Let the stories inform people about what you do and build curiosity. People will ask you about what you do. So yesterday, I'll give you a great example. There was this post and someone wrote, "What MLM companies do you support?" And I was like, oh, bring it on. And I was not going to tell them about mine and blah, 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 and what I used. And I very intentionally, answered something about, I knew I was creating curiosity. I can't remember how I started. But I just started with, oh my gosh, I love this. Like, there's no other business model I would be doing. And she wrote, "Tell me more." And I said, what are your hesitations around it? And she said her hesitations. And I go, oh, there must be a story there. Like, I totally agree. I love building it in a non-sales. It was the sales. So I was like, I love building it non-salesy, no commission breath, no cultish oaths. I will never leave you. And I knew what I was doing. I got 4 people like, can I come and message you and talk to you? I love building it 100% on Facebook where I'm not, blah, blah, blah. And they all came over to Messenger. But that's what I mean by like commenting on this stuff, you guys. You have to think about, I want to create curiosity. I did not tell them what company I'm with and what products I use, because I knew her post was about, I knew what it was. It was about like, do we believe in this stuff? And everyone else was like, message me, I want to sell you my stuff. Which she's like, that's why I don't want to do network marketing, because you all just coached me within 2.2 seconds. So you'll never be salesy person, Trudy, because you're so averse to it. So you don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Well, like I said, I've already made, we all start and we all throw up all over everybody. And
oh my God. Yes.
I've been there, done that.
Yes. I'm sorry. I knew not what I was doing.
Yeah, I know.
Spammer. Anyone else have questions? What else are you wanting to chat about? Nobody? Okay. Well, I thank you all for being in this Facebook boot camp. Oh, Nicole, did you have something?
I think Gary was talking, but we couldn't hear him.
Oh, thank you. Hi, Gary.
Not unmuted, Gary.
Not yet.
Bottom left.
It's on your bottom left little microphone. Oh, there you go, I think. There you go. You want to try it, Gary? Nope, can't hear you. Oh, if you want to type it, you can. It's okay if you don't want to.
Hey, in the meantime, Dr. Erin, remind us how many Facebook Lives per week is kind of the sweet spot?
7.
Oh,
No, you could do them every day.
okay.
The person that does Facebook Lives every day gets there fastest. I mean,
Okay.
Well, my upline did 5 a week, and what he did is he had a business page, and this was like he's already got a big page built, but he did 5 a week at the same time every day.
so you could do one every day. You don't have to, but that's the sweet spot.
I was surprised how many people could get on at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. That's why we do them every day. We never know who's hanging out.
I get more Facebook engagement during the week than the weekends. I think people sign on way more when they're at work.
And remember, the people that saw your thing today, Nicole,
Yeah.
because of the algorithm, there are hundreds of people that will never see that Facebook Live. That's why the sweet spot is every day.
Oh, that's right.
That's why. They'll never see it. So that's, again, we think like, aren't they getting sick of me? Nope, haven't heard from me. Haven't even seen my stuff. Right? So,
Yeah. And I loved how, Dr. Erin, when you did the one where you had the other, I think you've actually done 2 where someone joined you.
yeah.
I think I saw the button for that today.
Sorry about that.
Invite
I didn't
somebody,
hear
but-
anything.
Oh, Gary, you're unmuted.
We can hear you, Gary. Yeah, I can show you how to add people, Nicole, because that's super fun. We can hear you, Gary.
Okay,
Yes.
something happened. I've been clicking buttons and
Hey, Gary.
right. Really, I just wanted to commend you on reminding us to use Messenger. That's something I had not really thought about, and since you mentioned it, I've been doing it. I'm getting a lot more engagement. So, just a great idea that just had not occurred to me. The power of Messenger, getting that one-on-one.
That's awesome, Gary. Is everyone else experiencing that? Do they know how
Yes.
they're having success with Messenger?
You know what I'm really having success with is I'm using the voice clips. That is one new tip I've been using that you gave us. And boy, the happy birthday messages, I listen to them and they sound like, I still sound like a little girl, but I hate the way I sound. But they are just responding to it so much better because there's, especially if it's a really good friend, they can hear my voice.
Yep.
That, I'm genuinely happy it's their birthday. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. And the sweet spot of using that voice control is always.
It's faster.
I don't
It's
type
really
things,
faster.
and it's more effective, and it's faster. Yep.
So Erin, I have to bug out, but I wanted to say thank you, okay?
Thank you, Dr. Karen.
Okay.
Buy the book, everybody.
Ah,
30
very
years
good.
behind bars. Oh, it just feels so good. So proud of you. Woo! All right. Well, bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody. I think we'll wrap up then if we're good. Go, you know where to find me. I'm going to keep you in the Facebook group through the next one. So that's not going anywhere. So we'll keep that through March, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with everyone after that. But thank you so much. I'm so proud of all of you for all the comfort zones that you've been pushing through. And keep practicing. Practice makes patterns. So it's been wonderful to be with you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Welcome. Bye.